This podcast is brought to you by DirecTV Stream. Does this sound familiar? You got one device that lets you catch the game live, another lets you stream your favorite shows. You're watching your sports highlights on your phone. You've got your neighbor's best friend's login for the good stuff. Well, I want to tell you about a simple way to get all the entertainment you love without the hassle. It's called DirecTV Stream, and it brings you your live TV and on-demand favorites together like never before, so you can watch your favorite sports, movies, and shows all in one place. That means no more juggling remotes and no need to buy another device ever again. And the best part? There's no annual contract. So get rid of the clutter and the confusion and get your TV together with DirecTV Stream. You can learn more at directtv.com. Compatible device required. Content varies by package.
Well, Johns, all I can say is you know better.
I did know better going into this game. Just tried to be different, my friend. But I feel like we've covered this game 1,000 times. That's an exaggeration, but at least a dozen times in our career. We've seen this play out before, these Packers-Bears games like this.
Probably more than that. I think it's probably more like 20 times.
Yeah, like you remember the blowouts, you remember the Chris Conley game, you remember the Aaron Rodgers comeback game where we all thought he was hurt, but like this just felt like a normal Bears-Packers game where it was close for a little bit, and Aaron Rodgers just is Aaron Rodgers things.
Yeah, welcome in Bears-Packers postgame episode, the Hoge Jahns podcast. I'm Adam Hoge. He's Adam Jahns. You can follow me on Twitter at Adam Hoge, H-O-G-E, at Adam Jahns, J-A-H-N-S. As Johnsy has the sun directly in his face here as we record postgame inside Soldier Field. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see what I'm talking about. And if not, you should be subscribed to our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, find it, Hoge and Jahns, subscribe, and maybe send Adam Jahns some sunglasses.
Yes, please.
Might be helpful. Where should we begin? I think to your point to start, Bears were in this game. They had a lead. I saw one stat going on Twitter that I think this is the 10th time the Bears have taken a lead on the Packers. I don't exactly know the timeline. Maybe since Aaron Rodgers has been the quarterback or something.
Yeah. And
they've only won one of those games. Like, that's a problem.
We've been here before, yes.
Yeah, so to your point of we've seen this before, it's just, one team made the plays to win the game, and then the Bears just, I remember tweeting this at halftime. They were far from perfect in the first half, made too many mistakes. It was still 10-7, and they basically had two choices. They could come out and play closer to perfect second half, probably win the game, or continue the crap they were doing in the first half. And you could tell right away on the second play, I think it was, they throw that little, I don't know if it was the second play, but it was second down, they throw that little screen to Khalil Herbert, and he drops the ball. Drive over, drive killer. It's just continued to be a theme with the Bears in recent years, these drive killers. You've heard Matt Nagy talk about them. You can't have drive killers against Aaron Rodgers. There's just no margin for error.
The Packers are so good at draining the emotions of the stadium. I kept thinking of that. Like you mentioned, like a 3-point deficit. It felt like a 10-point deficit. Like when the Packers took a 10-point deficit, it felt like a 20-point deficit, at least in the stadiums. Right? It took a while for the fans to get back into it. I know these are weird intangibles to talk about, but I just feel like it comes with playing the Packers. And we've talked to Matt Nagy about this. We talked to, before the game, after this game. It's just like you said, the margin of error that you have against Aaron Rodgers, and you can feel it. Like there's emotions that come with it. Like it's almost inevitable, right? Like when you see the Bears cut into the Packers lead, and here's Aaron Rodgers going deep to Davante Adams. There's a broken tackle. There's a blown coverage. Like that felt inevitable. We've seen that come to fruition so many times covering this team, these two teams.
There's your Marvel reference of the episode.
Yes,
you could say Aaron
it's
Rodgers
inevitable. Yes, it's Thanos. Yes.
Aaron Rodgers is inevitable.
Yes.
That's pretty much how you put it here in the Bears-Packers rivalry. And it's got to be frustrating to watch. And then so to have him score that touchdown at the end, which was a terrible drive for the Bears defense. Yeah. Just multiple things going wrong there. Eddie Jackson not tackling. I thought there were two plays in a row where if you were going to say what's the difference between Eddie Jackson in 2018 and Eddie Jackson in 2021, it was those back-to-back plays. Because one of them was an interception, I think, in most years he catches. Or in past years he gets to, and he just didn't even get there. And then on the very next play, he misses a tackle. And it actually wasn't even a missed tackle because I think his contact actually ended up getting Davante Adams out of bounds. but he just threw his shoulder in there.
Yeah,
Like, he has no willingness to wrap up.
Wrap up, take him down. That coverage is interesting, too. I think it looked like cover 2 passing off to the safety. I got to hear more on what happened there. But you saw Jalen Johnson for most of the day covering Devontae Adams, traveling with him, we should say, shadowing him a bit. So I'd like to hear more answers on that later in the week from Sean Desai.
So then it ends with Aaron Rodgers scoring a touchdown with his legs, going into the corner, where he said after the game that all he saw was some lady in the stands flipping him the double bird. And so he ended up saying, I've effing owned you my entire life. I own you.
Own you, yes.
I still own you. That was the quote that was tweeted by Andrew Brandt right at the end of the game. He said he verified that was the accurate quote, and then David Bakhtiari retweeted it saying, I can confirm. So that was
Rodgers basically confirmed too. Yes.
Yeah, that was the
quote.
And it was Rodgers who said he saw the lady with the double bird. And good for him for saying it and then not even shying away from it.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. You know, like, you get a lot of crap for calling the Bears Michigan in this rivalry, and it's true. What's the stat now? The Packers have won 20 out of the 23 last games. Like,
and Rodgers is 22-5, I think, including the playoff victory against the Bears.
Not good. This is what we know. This is the Bears' reality. How they overcome this, I don't know. Maybe in time with Justin Fields and Aaron Rodgers actually leaving the Packers, but this is where we are. This is why it felt so typical of this rivalry. This was a Bears-Packers game playing out like they usually do. The officials become a storyline because, yes, they do make some calls that appear to favor the Packers. It just happens. That's part of it. And Rodgers makes the plays when they're needed, and the Bears don't. That's on both sides of the ball. Like, they can't keep up offensively, and the tackles or coverages are missed defensively.
Well, more on the officials here in a second. We could talk about Justin Fields as well, but
and the sun, if you're watching on YouTube, is taking me out.
I told you that was going to happen.
Stare at you now, my friend.
I told you it was going to move because that's what the sun does. You didn't know that. Well, I said if that ends up being the lasting image of Aaron Rodgers at Soldier Field with him saying, I own you, then honestly, as much as it might be painful to hear, Bears fans, it's actually pretty perfect. And then someone wrote back to me, from whose perspective? And it was like, I just want to be like, facts? I mean,
from the guy who has what was that record again? What's his record against?
22-5.
Yeah.
Sounds like
he can say those things.
Yeah. And then the Wikipedia page changed very quickly. And the Chicago Bears Wikipedia page changed to owner Aaron Rodgers. If only the Bears were that lucky. I mean, maybe that's how he gets his revenge on the Packers. You know, when he ends this feud, he retires and then he buys the Bears from the McCaskies.
Yeah.
And then maybe that's
now
how
you're talking nonsense, but yeah.
I'm just trying to come up with ways that this rivalry switches. I can't.
No, it's going to switch when he's no longer on the team. But yes,
right, but then if he owns the Bears, maybe that helps too. I don't know. Look, here's what I have to say about Justin Fields. It was not a great game. He still had plenty of throws, though, that were wow throws, in my opinion. Throws where he's throwing with conviction, the type of throws we don't see very often from Bears quarterbacks. Patience, my friends, is all I'll say. There's going to be games like this. There were rookie mistakes. There was...
And so, can I interject here?
Yeah.
Like, some of them aren't so rookie mistakes either. Like, I like that he went deep on what he thought was a free play.
Yeah, that's not a... But you know what I think the difference is between... It's kind of perfect that play happened against the Packers because Aaron Rodgers is so good at those. Yeah. But I think the very, very small difference probably between a rookie trying to do that, which they practice and they're told to do that, and Aaron Rodgers, is Aaron Rodgers probably still has that very split-second glance over to make sure the flag's actually
on the ground, yeah.
Before he does that.
A lot of
I have to watch the play again.
Yellow in the jerseys of the Packers. I know what you're saying, but we never saw Mitch Trubisky do that.
No,
never. I can't recall one instance of him actually doing that.
No, that was a frustration. Actually, how many times we see him check the ball down in those situations?
Yes.
And so I'm not going to kill Justin Fields for that. I'd actually like to see the play again and wonder why Allen Robinson wasn't in the end zone.
Yeah. I watched it.
Did he stop running?
He got, I don't want to say held up. There was contact around the 15, 16-yard line, but there's two instances of him like stopping his route.
Yeah.
Like, that's one, and then later when he was almost intercepted again, Justin Fields was almost intercepted again in the back of the end zone by Adrian Amos, our old friend.
Oh, yeah, Justin was telling him to go deep.
And he just stopped his route.
And he just stopped.
No, well, not his route, but stopped continuing with the scramble rules.
Yeah. So
Back to your officials, because I know I thought you would have a rant going.
I don't know. I mean, they were bad. I think everybody saw it. I don't think I need to convince anyone.
They were bad.
I mean, the problem I guess I have with that one play is it sure looked like the Packers jumped off. It was maybe closer than you thought, because remember, you can jump a little bit and not be in the neutral zone depending on how far off the ball you are at the start. Yeah. So I don't know if that's
Kenny Clark too.
I think so. Cole Kmet also wasn't set there, so it should have also been an illegal motion on the Bears. They didn't, so they missed that too. You're saying there was contact with Allen Robinson downfield. Was that a penalty?
Potentially.
I don't know. I'd have to see it again. They were not good. The delay.
I would say if you're going to call Jalen Johnson for pass interference, I think some of the contact that we saw down the field against the Bears receivers could be pass interference as well. If you're going to call that on Jalen Johnson on 3rd and 5?
Yeah.
Didn't like that call.
Well, that brings me to another thing, though. At what point are we going to now acknowledge that the Bears just don't have good enough players, good enough weapons for Justin Fields? Because this is a banged-up Packers secondary. They had Savage go down today. On top of it, I did not see guys running wide open.
Well, Cole Kmet had a couple.
I'm talking about wide receivers.
Okay.
And you know I've been on this since training camp.
Yes.
Who's going to make a play? You have Darnell Mooney and you have Allen Robinson, who's having an underwhelming season for a guy who wants a contract.
That's putting it mildly.
Right.
Like we could do a whole podcast on what's going on there.
Wasn't the whole idea that he was going to suddenly have a good quarterback in Justin Fields and start taking off, and for the first time in his career has a good quarter? I mean, I'm just saying, when you have this matchup today, and I understand the Fields didn't necessarily have a ton of time to throw the ball either. I'm just wondering, where are these playmakers? You have Damiere Byrd, who
had a drop today.
Had a drop, gets banged up trying to block. Again, I don't know why they're asking a guy the size of you to block out there in the NFL.
Hey.
I don't think that was insulting. I think that's... I wouldn't ask you to block, is my point.
Fair enough.
Although maybe you would do a better job. I'm not sure.
I at least get my hands on the guy.
I'm just saying, I'm...
Yes, it's fair to question. Yes, I think at some point down the line, I do think it's quite early for this conversation, but let me just throw it out there for a little bit. At some point, you have to question the playmakers around Justin Fields, and then you have to question what the coaches are doing to get through these, let's call them coachable moments, that Matt Nagy says, because eventually you're going to want to see signs of tangible, true progress, like that breakout game.
Yeah.
That's going to be called for at some point. I'm not going to say, I was going to call for it this weekend, not next weekend against the Buccaneers, because that's going to be an overwhelming opponent for Justin Fields to face. San Francisco's got a good defense. On the road, Monday Night Football against Pittsburgh, they're one of the best pass rushers in the league. Always pretty, aggressive in their attacks, too, and quarterbacks. So, when's that breakout coming? When are they going to coach them into one of these breakout games, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. You play the Lions again.
That always helps.
When your online checking account balance is running low, the last thing you need is a $33 overdraft fee. Overdraft fees have gotten way out of hand. In 2019, traditional banks took $11 billion in overdraft fees. Chime does things differently. Chime is an award-winning app and debit card that has saved its members more than $10 billion in overdraft fees with Spot Me fee-free overdraft. Eligible members can overdraft up to $200 on debit card purchases and cash withdrawals with absolutely no fees. Now, you deserve to have financial peace of mind. Join the millions of Americans already loving Chime. Sign up takes only 2 minutes and does not affect your credit score. Get started today at chime.com/Adams. That's plural, Adams. Chime.com/Adams. Banking services provided by and debit card issued by the Bancorp Bank or Stride Bank, N.A., members FDIC. SpotMe eligibility requirements apply. Overdraft only applies to debit card purchases and cash withdrawals. Limit start at $20 and may be increased up to $200 by Chime. Chime member overdraft fee savings based on eligible members' use of SpotMe versus $33 average overdraft fee. Overdraft fee data based on Bankrate checking account survey and CRL June 2020 overdraft fees report.
There's big news from my favorite home security company. SimpliSafe just launched their new wireless outdoor security camera. That's right, SimpliSafe, the system that U.S. News and World Report names the best home security system of 2021, just got even better. This brand new outdoor security camera is engineered with all the advanced tech and security features you want and need to help keep you and your family safe. It's an ultra-wide 140-degree field of view so you can keep watch over your entire yard. It has a built-in spotlight with color night vision. It's super simple to set up and usually takes just minutes. And it has an easy-to-remove rechargeable battery so it can go anywhere, and it doesn't need an outlet. This camera has it all, and it works with your SimpliSafe home security system, extending its protection to the outside. Together, it means every door, window, and room are protected, and now your property will be too. To learn more about the exciting new SimpliSafe wireless outdoor security camera, visit simplisafe.com/athletic. What's more, SimpliSafe is celebrating this new camera by offering 20% off your entire new system and your first month of monitoring service free when you enroll in interactive monitoring. Again, that's simplisafe.com/athletic. Look, no one's perfect. Even the best baseball players, they strike out with the bases loaded. The best golfers, sometimes they three-putt with the tournament on the line. So if you feel like you're coming up short in the bedroom, it's perfectly okay. But if it's bothering you, there are options. So go to GetRoman.com/Adam now. With Roman, you get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for ED, all from the comfort and privacy from your home. A U.S. licensed healthcare professional will work with you to find the best treatment plan. If medication is appropriate, it ships to you free with 2-day shipping. The whole process is straightforward and discreet. Getting started is simple. Just go to GetRoman.com/Adam and complete an online visit. So go to GetRoman.com/Adam now to get $15 off your first month. Look, there's a straightforward way to take care of your ED. GetRoman.com/Adam. Get started now to save $15 in your first month of treatment.
After years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by big wireless providers, if you've learned anything, it's that there's always a catch. So when I first heard that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month, I thought, all right, what is the catch? But after speaking with them and using their service, it all made sense. There isn't one. Mint Mobile's secret sauce is that they're the first company to sell wireless service online only. So by cutting out retail stores, there's no crazy overhead costs that get passed down to you in the form of mystery fees. Instead, Mint just passes on sweet savings direct to you. Came in a little envelope, little SIM card. You can pop it in your phone. Easy. You keep your same number, same phone. Perfect. For people looking for extra savings, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. All plans come with unlimited talk and text and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan. Keep your same phone number. Keep all of your contacts. It's perfectly easy. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. So to get your new wireless plan and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Hoge. That's mintmobile.com/Hoge. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Hoge.
I'm going to tell you when Fields is looking like a rookie and when he's not. I don't think this was the end of the world today. It obviously wasn't his breakout game. There's going to be moments like this. There's going to be games like this, and it wasn't horrible. Like I'm telling you, he's still. If you go back and watch the tape, he had a number, including the first drive, that third down throw.
3 for 3 in that drive.
To Aaron Rodgers
touchdown drive. I think he was 5 for 5.
Like there's a lot of good out there that I think is the type of good that you want to see from a rookie quarterback, and it's going to start to come together. I think I'm questioning more about like the pieces around him, and sort of what you are too, the coaches, like putting him in a better position to succeed. I'll give you a great example, okay? Because I asked Nagy about this after the game. You're down 10 right at the end. Well, it's still before the 2-minute warning, but you you basically know best case scenario is you have 2 possessions. You need 10 points. Okay, you have a 3rd and long, and you're at the 37-yard line. So you're on the verge of field goal range. You're basically in Cairo Santos range, but you'd love to just pick up 5 more yards, 7 more yards, whatever. Remember, you're down 10. You're going to need a field goal.
Yeah.
Okay? And I think it was 3rd and 11. So why don't you just play like an easy slant or an easy dump off or an easy check down to get that small yardage you need to make sure you get the field goal, and then you can go from there with 3 timeouts. You can either try the onside kick, you can kick it deep, whatever. You have 3 timeouts. And I asked Nagy like what the thinking was there, and he said they were going for both. Like they had deeper routes to try to get the first down, and then they had, I think, at least 1 crosser or something or flat where. Why not just run a quick slant sometimes? Like just boom, ball's out, you get 7 yards.
You'll see that on YouTube.
And you kick the field goal, and now you at least get that one possession
what was
you
that,
need
like
to get.
You're talking about 3rd and 17 plays, like 3rd and
Was
18.
it? I thought it was 3rd and 11.
Yeah.
But
It felt longer than that.
whatever it was a situation where you're very unlikely to get the first. It was 3rd and 15.
3rd and 15.
3rd and 15. And he ends up rolling out to his right, and he gets sacked, and now you're out of field goal range.
Yeah, and it's the second instance.
Now you have a 4th and 26.
Yeah, there's no plays called for
And it's
that.
basically a Hail Mary. That's a situation where you can say, yes, as a quarterback, you absolutely cannot take a sack. But I think as a coach, you got to be like, well, it's a rookie quarterback. We just need to make things as easy on him as possible. Why make it complicated?
Well, it's also it's knowing who your rookie quarterback is, who's aggressive just in his nature to go down the field. He's looking for that shot. And if you're going to put those in that play call, you know he's going to look for it. You know he wants it.
Yeah.
You know he wants that first down. Help him out.
Yeah.
Coach him into that breakout game. I like that. I'm putting that in my column.
Now I got the sun on my face.
And both of us.
Holy moly. That is bright. Should I just do this the rest of the podcast?
You look better.
Oh, again, some of these things you have to watch on YouTube to see, but the normal insulting of each other is pretty normal. And I don't know what to say, man. Aaron Rodgers is just
like even
he's just good.
like it's just how simple his success can be sometimes, right? Like the dump off to Aaron Jones, who stiff arms to Sean Gibson into the ground
That was bad.
for a touchdown. Yeah, the tackling of the safeties is going to come up in Sean Desai's meetings this week.
Well, and that was one thing I want to bring up because, like, I think in most cases, like I said, the Packers are going to win 25-20. So giving up 24 points, and not necessarily ideal, but against the Packers, you could probably make an argument that it's not terrible. But when you have plays like that where you're just missing tackles, and it felt like the run defense was not great today. Now, I think part of that is Rodgers probably, you're always worried about him. You're always worried about Devontae Adams. There's only so many things you can cover on every single play. But there were a lot of big runs.
Yeah, it felt like they're either stopping A.J. Dillon for no gain or short game or giving up a long run, like a gashing run right down the middle. Like it was one of the other, like it wasn't just 5 yards here, 6 yards there. It was stop him short or give up a big one.
Yeah. So, all right, well, where do the Bears go from here besides the Tampa?
Yeah, they go to Tampa.
To probably lose.
It's going to not be good.
Yeah.
Most complete team in football. You know Tom Brady wants his revenge too.
After last year.
Like that game
know.
last year, was it Monday night or Sunday night?
No, I think it was just a late afternoon Sunday game.
One here?
Yeah.
No, that was a primetime game, was it not? Might have been a Thursday nighter.
Maybe.
Okay.
I forget.
Yeah, it all blends
It may have
together.
been
But, like,
Thursday night.
Tom Brady was embarrassed by not knowing how many downs there were. Like, that happened to be, like, the moment where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers figured themselves out. Like, go figure. Like, the team's just – that was the high point of the Bears season. I think they went 5-1. Were they 5-1 there or 4-1? But the trajectories of the season –
I think the win
changed.
made it 5-1.
Yes, and Brady wants his revenge. He wants to stick it to Khalil Mack a bit there for, what he did to him and, the hip toss on his rookie tackle. It's not going to be good. Like, early thoughts in that game, Tampa by, like, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I wonder what the early spread is. I haven't seen it yet.
not
But
good.
I would guess it's maybe 8.5.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's a lot
8.5.
of points.
Yeah. something like that. Robert Quinn continues to look good. There's a positive. I mean, look, I don't think
they hit the 3-sack over.
Yes, they did. Good job on that. Not a good job on your pick.
No.
What was your bold prediction again, too?
Cole Kmet touchdown catch. Now, he did have a career high, set a new career high with receiving yards.
Yeah, they did get him
49
involved.
yards, yeah.
That was a good sign. Look, I don't think it's the end of the world. I think you guys sometimes keep expectations where they should be, and I did not think this was going to be a game they should win. It does hurt, though, when you just see the moments throughout the game where it's like, if you just don't do this mistake and you make this play, you could have won.
Yes, yeah.
You could have won. You could have beat the Packers. And so the fact that they just keep not quite getting there, I think can be very frustrating. And,
That's this rivalry now.
Yeah.
We know it. You know it. Watching at home, listening to us, this is what it is. This is the reality of the rivalry.
But I'll say this.
It's not so much rivalry.
It's not. It's just not until they start playing better. I will say this, though. I'm going to say right now, I think they're going to lose to Tampa next week. They fall to 3-4 then. It would not surprise me to see them come back here and beat the 49ers the week after that, maybe even win in Pittsburgh. So then you're going to the bye at 5-4, right? Yeah.
Take that in a heartbeat.
Right. It's just, I think there's going to be, I think we both thought this was a team that's going to be around 500.
Yeah.
And whether it's 8-9 or 9-8, somewhere around there, and I still think they're on track to be that. I think the most important thing is the development of Justin Fields. He is playing. It's going to be like this a little bit, but I don't think that this down
Ebbs and flows. If he's making the signal for ebbs and flows.
Which one's up and which one's down? The ebb or the flow?
I think the flow goes down. Ebb, flow, right?
Okay. Well, today's flow was not near the bottom. It was a dip, but it wasn't oh man, that's a disaster. At least I don't think so.
I thought that 80-yard scoring drive was just, you hate to look for. I am not a fan of moral victories, but when you're trying to develop a quarterback, one who is as talented as Justin Fields, you take some of those moral victories.
Are you talking about the one where they called back the long run? Yeah. I thought that was big too, to come back after they took a touchdown off the board and still score.
Yes, that's
a situation where we would have seen the Bears
in the past
maybe not even end up with a field goal.
Yes.
They throw an interception.
Again, but like we went through earlier, there's instances where Justin Fields needs to settle for the field goal. But in this, if we're just looking at development, that's a positive.
Yeah.
We went 5 for 5 on that drive. That's a positive.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us in this post-game episode. Bears lose again in the Packers. It happens.
We've been here before.
It happens. And, hate to say it, but it's probably going to happen one more time this year. We're just being real. We're just being real. Happy to be wrong if that changes at Lambeau later in the season. But for now, it's on to Tampa, Tom Brady. Maybe the Bears can pull off a miracle. At least Justin Fields is playing, and that helps. Follow us on Twitter. Find us on YouTube. Get me a pair of sunglasses.
Yeah, see the sun on our face.
Read us. Postgame column up, NBCSportsChicago.com, TheAthletic.com/Hoge Jahns. We appreciate the support. Thank you for sitting through another tough Bears-Packers game and still sit here with us and listen or watch this podcast. It can be tough, but we always try to get you through it. Voicemails coming up on Tuesday. You can still call in and get those in if you want. And, talk to you in a couple days.
See ya.